Boom. Well, you can't chill up there, bro. You just, no. You can't. No. Don't say that anybody's on. Tried to give everybody a fair warning. Bro, why can't you just stay still? Baby. Hey, what's up, Melissa? Ugh. This guy's not trying to stay still. Trying to get up under the hat. And it's not okay, bro. It's not. No. What's up? Thank you. This is my my black pastel pied. I got the 2 female pieds that I'm gonna end up trying to pair him up to eventually, and then also black pastel female that he'll be paired up to, as well as a couple other gins that I got spread around. Gonna try producing a lot of pieds. Unfortunately, it won't even be next season, but you know, fucking, excuse my English, sorry, the season after next, or even 3 down the road. But it'll do something nice, hopefully. You just don't really like to, you don't like to stay still. Can't get over him. That's my baby. Not really my baby, but one of my prized possessions. It keeps saying that I have 1 viewer, and then it says that I don't have no viewers. It's really confusing. Thank you. I would show you my other female pied, the biggest female pied that I have, which is not big at all. She's just a juvenile, but she's in deep shed right now, so I'm not even going to bother pulling her out. I got a bunch of videos with her. I actually unboxed her on here. My last, I think it was my last video. Might not have been my last video, but one of my other videos ago, I did my ball python collection. She's there. Try to put him back on my neck. See if he'll chill. Probably not, though. They don't really like me that much. But when I got him, dude said that he feeds live. I was like, okay, cool, because that's what I typically do, is feed live. I prefer it. Dude won't eat for a whole month of me having him, so I'm like, what the hell is going on? Oh my god, Will, bro, I'm not trying to get bit on freaking live right now. Plus, I have to go all the way out in the living room. I can't stop you guys, so, you know, you're just going to be sitting here watching a wall while I go try not to get bit to bring one out. The calmest one is in deep shed right now, so he's probably not too calm. And then the meanest one, yeah, not trying to deal with him right now. I'm not trying to let anybody see me get bit. I'm not trying to get bit. And see, look, someone don't want to see you getting bit, you know? So we have to take that into consideration, Will. Come on now. No, but I do need to get out there to you guys to get that Mojave Ghost up there. What is you doing, bro? He's in the other room, too. I got everything's been in the living room. Everything's been in the living room. But today I've just been busting out and basically moving everything in my room. I'm not even halfway done. I do have the big rack here, or in here. I got the boa enclosure. I got the carpet python enclosure in here. It's still a mess. I still have, I got 3 40 gallons that I need to get out here. She's not in here either, bro. She's in with the big, with the breeders in that rack. That's the next rack to come in here. And then I got to bring the bloods in here in their rack. I'm not leaving the view. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I got yelled at last time for having her on video because it wasn't okay. Okay, so honestly, best beginner snake, ball python, is my go-to. So, males typically 4 feet max. Females 6 feet max. Now that seems pretty big, but it's definitely manageable single-handedly. Obviously, he's nowhere near full grown. BCI is not the best beginner. You know better than that, Will. But BCC, boa constrictor, true red-tailed boas, they're also an excellent beginner snake. However, they're huge, and they can, potentially get over 15 feet for the females. Not a lot of beginners want to deal with that. Another good snake would be a corn snake. However, the babies, they can be super, super flighty and super bitey. Sand boas, a lot of people recommend sand boas. The sand boas that I had were very, very striky, so I cannot confirm nor deny that that is a good beginner species. Now, the care for realistically any of the, whether it be balls, sorry, Bubba, ball pythons, BCC, corn snake, rat snake, whatever you want to call it, or what was the other one? Sand boas. They're all relatively easy to handle or to, get their care. Sand boas, though, like, if you're okay with just having a tank with substrate and just looking at nothing, get a sand boa all day. So, no, not really. There was an invention. I don't even know if you'd call it an invention, but there was a product that there was some people endorsing, kind of like hot dogs for snakes. So just a bunch of meat and different proteins and fats all squished into a meat log, and you warm that up and you can feed it to your animal. However, that's going to be super expensive for starters, if you can even find it still. But it's really not worth trying. Come on. Honestly, I'm not going out of view of the camera, and I'm not taking the camera off the tripod, whatever. But it's realistically just as easy to get frozen rats, rodents. You can call and interrupt all you want to, bro. I'm gonna ignore it. So I mean, what good does that do? What do you mean we're all doomed? The world is over. Ooh, ignored. Oh, is he? Damn. It's crazy. It's crazy. I never really watched any of the, yeah, bro, I'm ignoring your calls. I'm sorry. I never watched any of the Avenger movies up until the, yeah, that one, the Thanos one. It's pretty cool. I mean, I understand, Melissa. I really do. See, like, for instance, I breed my rodents to pet quality feeders. So that way I widen my spectrum. I start, I started at the end. I've watched a few in between. Um, but yeah, I'm not really big on the whole, uh, comic book characters. It just wasn't really my thing growing up. But anyways, if I can get him out my necklace, that'd be great. So I breed rodents to be pet quality and feeders. It widens my spectrum of business. So I can either sell pets or sell feeders or both. Um, right now, I'm trying to only deal with hairless, Rex, and blues. I got a couple black hoods in there, but I mean, every time I seen the movies being, advertised and whatever, it was like, it's a comic, That's just how I looked at it. But honestly, I'll have to say it was my nephew. He got me into it. He was staying the night one night, and he's like, let me see what's on Netflix or whatever. I was like, okay. And he picked one of the, I think it was Thor Ragnarok or whatever it is. That was the first one that I don't know where the male boa is, Whale, okay? And you know that. I'm not taking the hat off, bro. But yeah, that one was pretty good. Since then, I really still haven't watched too many of them. There you go. That's what's up. He got out because someone decided to leave my boa enclosure open, and that's how it happens. You really should get a snake. They're basically just like lizards, but without legs. Will, Haley, listen, just because you keep interrupting me while I'm on live does not mean I'm going to go get the ghost. I'm sorry. No, I haven't found him yet. Bro, you was not getting my Suriname. What is you talking about, son? You was definitely not getting the Suriname. Melissa, the ghost is my pastel Mojave. Well, sorry, not my pastel Mojave. It's actually Will's, the guy that's commenting right now. It's him. Oh my God, Haley, calm down. Bro, why you asking me what kind of casket I want, bro? I want that shit to be wood grain. The fuck you mean? Wood grain or gunmetal, one of the two. One of the two. Are you kidding me, bro? Is this how you feel? Come on. Everybody just keeps blowing me up. Like, no one ever hits me up until I'm doing something. But yeah, so it's one of the ball pythons. So she's got high grays due to the ghost gene or hypo gene, whichever you want to call it. But you, what do you mean but you? I'm confused. Anyways, yeah, so it's Mojave, pastel, so passive, ghost. It's a real pretty snake. Will's old lady's been bugging me for it for, what, at least 2 months now? Something like that. And we just finally did a deal, and yeah. You'd eat this thing? I mean, there's people that do. Oh, you don't ever hit me up, so. I'm not going to get the ghost, Haley. Okay, how many times do I need to specify? And yes, Haley, you do make bomb ass food, and your buffalo chicken is the shit. However, Will, you need to get your girl, bro. She keep listen, bro. She keep messaging me, and it keeps popping up and blocking my screen, dude. I mean, I did get a gorgeous mail. I really did, and I actually lucked out. You wouldn't eat a predator. What is you, Haley, bro? You're making me lose it, dude. You're making me lose it. This was supposed to be like a Q&A thing, but no one's really asking questions. So it's just kind of time killer, I guess. But that's cool. That's cool. Will, you might need to talk to Haley first, bro. See, because, man, you need to calm down. I could go get the Mojave, but Mojave. Okay. Oh, this little thing could not kill me if it even, no. As hard as it would squeeze, it could not hurt me. So hog noses, they're really cool. The answers you need, what do you mean, Will, the answers you need? I'm giving you the answers you need, but you just don't like the answers I'm giving you. Oh, calm down, bud. But anyways, hog noses. Realistically, snake older or younger don't really make a difference. It depends on which snake you're talking about. Now, see, ball pythons, they're typically cool all the way up. Now, sometimes you will get aggressive or not so much aggressive, but protective baby ball pythons or juvenile ball pythons, and as they get older, they docile out. All my juveniles and babies, they've all been docile from the start, so that's cool. But back on hog noses, are pretty cool snakes. But I'm back on you, Melissa. I caught up. I just had a bunch of comments I had to try to focus. I've only had 2 hog noses myself. And when it comes to feeding them, now those guys you can feed like they prefer actually different frogs and fish, and sometimes you even have to scent the rodents that you do feed to them. I never had a problem with having to scent my rodents. However, they do like to eat live. They don't actually like to constrict, coil, whatever you want to call it, their prey. And they just go, well, the animal is still alive. So, all right, Will, I got you. So the spider gene, unfortunately, I don't have one in here to show you guys. And even my spider genes do not carry the trait. But there's a few ball python genes that carry a neurological issue that is referred as head wobble. Now, sometimes even, and it's mainly in the spider gene. Let me clarify. It's mainly in the spider gene. Champagne genes carry it. And I think there's one other one. I'm not 100% sure on that. But the head wobble, animal could be perfectly fine, just like this guy, just moving around, you know, nothing abnormal. It could be just when it's trying to eat, or just when it's scared, or it could be all the time, where they have that, either it's an actual wobble, or they might want to go straight, but they're actually going left or right, and they can coil and kink themselves up. I personally want to stay away from all spider genes. I do have 2 female spiders right now. One's a mystic spider, and the other one is, and no, it's not from eyesight. It's just a neurological issue that is passed through generation to generation. But what really sucks is you need that spider gene to make a lot of the crazy morphs or paint jobs. I myself am not going to worry about that, and I am not going to breed for only the beauty of an animal. Basically. Let's see. I don't really think a snake could do any push-ups, but they do like to telescope, especially the ball pythons. So I don't know if you'd consider that a snake push-up or not. If you would, I don't know. In a series, I think they could do at least 10. That's got me beat. But yeah, I'm not gonna be breeding my snakes just for the beauty or look of the animal, and I'm going to make sure that my animals are healthy and producing healthy babies. That's the biggest thing, you know. Yeah, no, they can't do no sit-ups. That's not something that they can do. Wow, Haley. Wow. Now, I obviously know you guys, no squats either. I know you guys can't see Haley, but she keeps messaging me. No bench presses either. Haley keeps messaging me on Facebook, talking crap. And yeah. I bet you are dying laughing, bro. It's not funny. That's messed up. No boxing. Nope, they don't have, you know, the arms, the fists, none of that. So they're kind of defeated in that match. Haley, I don't even know. I just don't even know, bro. What's on your head? You got stuck shut. I'm trying to get it, bro. All right. Go up there. You know, it's not worth it, Will. It's really not. A couple animals that produce good offspring, that's different. But if I get an animal that proves to produce bad offspring, then that animal is obviously going to be retired, and I will not deal with it. Hybrids, yes, there is a lot of hybrids, a lot of hybrid species going around. Myself, I'm going to be working on super balls, and that's going to take a blood python to a ball python. You get the size and girth. So that's lies. Anyways, you get the size, the girth of the blood python, but you get the head shape, and realistically, most of the time, the demeanor of the ball python. So a really chill, docile animal, but it's huge. So we're going to be trying for those. Obviously, you know, I have the two big males. I only have one female right now of red blood pythons. No, I don't love you no mo, Haley. No. Not no mo. You know, the reason why animals got smaller, just like the reason why everything got smaller, in the atmosphere, there is, you good? Come on. There is a lot less than what we originally started with when we had, you know, prehistoric, whether we're talking about animals or plant life. And since then, you know, as it decreased, we just started getting smaller, and that's with animals and plant life in itself. I have been bitten by one ball python, and that was, I'm going to put him back, that was actually a juvenile who really does not like to get out of her enclosure. Who was choking on what? I don't know. Um, and you know, we probably will continue to reduce size. What the hell? But you know, I'm no scientist. I don't know these answers. These are not the questions that I was anticipating on getting. I didn't study. That's what it comes down to. I didn't study for them. I really cannot get over that big male. He's gorgeous. Y'all was live for like 20 minutes and then you guys just stopped. What color is my dirtiest underwear? Well, actually, I just did laundry today, so I don't have any dirty underwear. I mean, I got the ones that I'm wearing, but they're not even underwear. I wear basketball shorts because it makes me feel free. All right. You need me to bring you a blood python, Will? Are you sure? Because I'm about that life, but obviously, you know, you got Haley that's going to cry about it. I don't really care for leopard geckos. I got 2 right now. I'm going to try to produce something there. They're too small for my likings, that's all. Do I have any what? Be nice to me? What you mean, Haley? You're never nice to me. I just looked out for you. Will said bring him a blood python, and you said don't take... Oh, you did too. I didn't read that one, bro. My bad. No Pokemon. If that was the question that you was trying to ask Erica, or maybe, I don't know what's going on here. But no, I do not have Pokemon. I don't even know. I got a Charizard, though. I do have a Charizard. That is my super red female iguana. I do have one of them. I'm confused, Erica, to be honest. Ever since I did that bedding upgrade from the aspen to the cypress mulch, it really makes the animals pop. Having one right here next to my bed, it's gorgeous. Who needs a fish tank when you got a beautiful ball python? You know? One second. Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Come on. This is the one that likes to bite. Ooh, excuse me. How many snakes do I have in total? 45 at least. And that's just a rough guesstimate. See her pose, her posture. She don't like me. -1. Well, no, not really -1 because I gained one. So how is it -1? Bro, stop. Stop doing that. Come on. She might make improvements on my face. What do you mean? No, she's typically really cool after she gets out. But she definitely does not like me. Now, I tried to put her in a tank. She don't like the tank. She is comfortable in her rack system. And, yeah. No, I did not count her. And no, I do not want to see your pee-pee. That is, it's not acceptable, bro. It's not acceptable. She's just a little baby, ain't she? See, after she's out, she wants to move around. But she will not stop moving around until she's back in her tub. So I'm actually going to put her back in there before I stress her out. I didn't see what you said, Haley. It already disappeared by the time I walked over here, so you're SOL. Come on. Are you going to stop? You going to cooperate? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, well, if you do that, you might fall. I'm not ending my video just yet, Haley. Not just yet. It's not my fault that Will wants to talk to me and not you. Why are bloods so aggressive? You know, I don't really know, but there's some people that think that bloods are no more aggressive than ball pythons, and it's all how you raise them. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not true. The main reason why people get blood pythons and even carpet pythons is because they want something that's semi-aggressive. Now, sure, you can get blood pythons that are docile as hell all day. But on average, you're not going to get blood pythons that are docile. Okay, well, that's not... I don't know what that's all about, bro. Off topic, I know you live in, like, mid-Florida. I really, honestly, do not recommend Pasco County. I'll tell you that right now. There's not many animals out here. At least not in, you know, the Zephyr Hills, Dade City area. But I mean, Northwest Palm Beach, that's a bit. Honestly, the land out here is not really anything to brag about, anything to write home about. And I don't even know any land out here that's even available remotely other than like Trilby area. And yeah, you probably don't want to do that. There's Ocala. Yeah. I heard a lot of things about Ocala National Forest, though. That's an area in itself, I guess. What's up, bro? I've never been to Crystal River. I hear a lot of people talking about it, but yeah, never been there. And Will, yeah, that's the stuff I'm talking about, bro. Not even just the inbred area itself. Yeah, it's not good. I mean, Ocala for the tortoises, yeah. I don't know much about Ocala. Um, I've been, you know, as far as Florida's concerned, I've only been to, or not so much been to, but I've only resided in North Fort Myers, Zephyr Hills, Dade City, Well, thank you for that. I appreciate you. Um, yeah, Dade City, Zephyr Hills, Wesley Chapel, North Fort Myers. And honestly, I'm not into the big city scheme of everything. Oh, I've been in Tampa too. I'm not into the big city scheme of everything. Even though the area, such as Zephyr Hills, that is, complete hell, that was probably one of the best places that I've been. Um, Dade City, it's not too fast out here. It's not too fast out here. Okay. Um, yeah, so the area of Dade City that I'm at, I'm off of Lock Street. So if you know anything about Dade City, Lock Street is not a good area. I haven't had no issues. You know, I guess it's just who you are. I guess I don't fucking know. But also, people don't really mess with me too much because when I'm outside, I'm always accidentally open carrying. It's not like I do it on purpose, but sometimes I'll lean and my piece is shown a little bit. But it is what it is. She's just gorgeous, ain't she? Man, talking about expensive, yeah, I can only imagine. I do want to go out there though. I want to go down to the Everglades. That's a place that I've never been that I just want to go to. Um, Hopefully, over time, I can make a day out of it and go down there, even if it's just walking around or whatnot. Carpets can be very docile, 100%, but the majority of the carpets, just like the majority of the blood pythons, are aggressive, or sorry, semi-aggressive, and they are not gentle puppy dogs like ball pythons, typically. Excuse me. Um, for instance, when I got my coastal tiger, the lady that I got her from wouldn't even open the bin. She was so scared of her. Of course, I don't know nothing about the snake, and it's all essed up and everything in position. I ain't been tagged by her one time. She ain't even struck or nothing. So, see, I can see wild alligators out here. I'd like to get on an airboat. That'd be pretty cool. I've only actually been on one boat my whole life. Little John boat. Yeah. Well, the story that the breeder had told me, because she only had two carpet pythons on her table, a male and a female. At that point, I really just didn't want to get into breeding carpet pythons, and I only wanted or just one carpet python itself. And I knew, due to sexual dimorphism, that the females would be bigger, so I went with the female. Um, she said that it came from a friend of hers. It didn't get handled like that. Yada yada, blase blase. Long story short, said that it was aggressive. Well, I opened up the bin and, like I said, it was ready, but it never even struck at me. There's been times where I'll open the enclosure and she gets ready, but she still doesn't. What's the difference, Sam? What's the difference? Yeah, I was bit on the nose by a leopard gecko one time. That was not fun. Yeah, that was my first male. He was a big male. Got him from a buddy of mine. He was like, "Here you go." I said, "Thanks." It was actually my first leopard gecko. I had got the male and like three females off of him. Well, I didn't think it was gonna hurt. I put him up to my nose. I'm just looking in his eyes and everything, and then I clamp right on my nose. So it is what it is, though. Okay. Well, not all of us can live on the beach and go to the glades once a month, okay? Ain't gotta rub it in. Boy, you want to talk about being tail whipped now. Even though I have 4 adult iguanas, I only have 2 of them. No, sorry, now it's 3. Now it is 3 that like the tail whip. Godzilla, my exanthic blue iguana, she, for whatever reason, is starting to be more aggressive, and I think she may be gravid. Which, unfortunately, with the new law, if it passes, I'm gonna have to destroy the eggs, anyways. So it's not really gonna do anything there. Love tortoises, and you cannot have reptiles if you do not have a sulcata. It doesn't happen. You're not a reptile owner. You're just somebody who has reptiles. Um, but yeah, no, my iguanas, they like to tail whip all the time. Regardless, yeah, back on the tortoises, you have to have a sulcata. I ended up, I bought 10 baby sulcatas. I had started with my first one, Slowpoke, and then I ended up buying 10 more babies, super small, to the point where they were so small that anything they got, they would, cease to remain. And unfortunately, that is what happened. And I had, from the remaining 10, I only had 4 make it. I ended up selling 3 and kept 1 myself. And then obviously I got Nova, who is the adult sulcata male. So Sam, yeah, obviously, a lot of people will, um, sit here and say that snakes are evil, and a lot of people will sit here and say because of the Bible. Um, but here's the thing: no one knows what it was, because yes, serpent. Serpent means snake, right? However, if you think about it, a lot of the words that are used in the Bible do not translate into the words that they meant back then. For instance, um, not even for instance, sorry. So, regardless, someone could call this a serpent today, but back then it could have been a dog or a cat, a squirrel. Nobody really knows. So they definitely are a misunderstood animal. People will sit here and think that somebody that has a snake, or even somebody like me has a bunch of snakes, are taboo. That's like, even though I own reptiles, I still kind of think it's taboo for people to own pet rats and just pet rats. But who am I to judge? You know what I'm saying? Like, I obviously have a lot of reptiles. That makes me abnormal. So someone who wants just rats, okay, you know. That's why I make sure that my feeder rats are pet quality, because not everybody wants to feed their snake. Some people actually want to buy a pet. And that's cool. Rats are actually really cool. They're clean. They're not dirty like a lot of people think. As long as your upkeep is spot on, then your rats are perfect. And you can get rats that live over 3 years. Typically it's 2, but there have been rats that have lived longer than 3.5 years, closer to 4 years. So they're really cool. Now, me personally, I don't have my rats trained. Like, I'll open up the bins and I'll play with a couple of them. You know, they do like to play. I have one that nips, but he doesn't nip to, you know, bite you. He nips playing around, you know, kind of like what dogs do when you play with them. Um, he don't bite to draw blood, none of that. But obviously, you know, if you don't know these rats, you're going to play with them and you're going to get bit and you're going to think that he's trying to obviously really hurt you. Yeah, I mean, I basically have a lot of free time on my hands too. I just don't have enough free time to train rats. That's just not something that I can do. But like I said, I'm going for just the blues, the Rexes, and the hairless double Rexes or patchworks as well. So yeah, like I said, rats are cool. They really are. Um, I personally wouldn't, you know, have a couple just to be pets and just leave them like that. But that's just me, you know. Uh, Obviously, I kind of do treat my breeder rats, my breeder feeder, my feeder breeder rats, whatever you want to call them, as pets. Uh, and there's been no issue, but I wouldn't just, you know, throw them in a cage and call them pets. I'm not hating on rats, not at all. It's just not my cup of tea. Like, I got a buddy, he's the one that actually drew the fan art, um, the bear Grizzly exotics or whatever. And my favorite lizards are going to be Asian water monitors or black and white tegus. Um, but lizards aren't his thing. He don't like them because they got legs. But he's okay with snakes. His wife is not okay with snakes, but she's okay with lizards. So it's like, don't really make much sense. Um, yeah, it's just not his thing. Just like rats aren't my thing. There's a lot of people that deal with turtles and only turtles, you know, whether it's a tortoise or whatever. Um, it's just not my cup of tea. Nothing wrong with it. You want to have 60 rats, call them all pets and have them by name, you know, hey, go ahead. Exactly. Exactly. That's why, you know. I can't get over the beauty on each and every one of these animals. They're all different and special in their own way. For instance, this is my pastel champagne. She's still just a baby. She's got at least a season and a half to go. But she will also be paired up to my black pastel pied for hopefully some visual hets. And if you guys don't know, you pair champagne to pied, and a champagne pied can come out to be a completely white animal. Champagne's one of those genes that it really does a lot of different things. It's something that you definitely have to have in the mix, no question about it. But when you pair a champagne to a pied, you end up with ringers so high, or yeah, I guess you would still consider that high. Ringers so high that they look like visual pieds. But when you pair two hets together, or a het to a visual, then you get the all-white champagne pied. And I don't know if that's exactly proven 100% yet, but last time I did some research, that's what, yeah. So honestly, I will end up with a male white shepherd. Um, it's not going to be anytime soon. I got other things that are more important, unfortunately, that I have to take care of and attend before I can even focus on that. But eventually, yes, I will be getting a white male German Shepherd, and probably even a black and tan female. I'm still, um, I still can't wait till Rocky is ready. Um, okay. Because I got a male that she'll be paired with um, a tricolored bully. Being that she is a blue brindle, she is also a tricolor carrier. So hopefully we get some pretty tries out of that. And I'll be keeping a male from that litter myself. I'm huge on dogs. I know a lot about a lot of different breeds. But if I could have as many dogs as I do reptiles, I would. I got a lot of people just messaging me, know me up. I figure I'm gonna stay on here for an hour. So what is it, like 9 more minutes, just under. So I never groom dogs. Um, Obviously, other than my own, I never took my dogs to the groomer. I just figured if I can do it, why have somebody else do it, you know? But little dogs like Shih Tzus and stuff like that, and never really been my thing. I don't like squirrels. Don't like squirrels. Little rat dogs, you know? Don't like them. They're too yappy. Like here, my roommates, they have, one of them has 2 chihuahuas. I can't pull a snake out of the rack or one of the iguanas out of the cage or anything. I can't have anything in my hand without them almost having heart attacks barking to death. So that was another reason why I kind of wanted to move the reptiles into my room. Now, obviously, the iguana enclosure, not going to be able to do that because that iguana enclosure is 12 feet long. Yeah, no, I'm not putting it in here. Just not. Well, let's see, what was his comments? Well, that's awesome. I mean, you know, any way that you can make $1, that's the way to do it, you know. And yeah, all the snakes, well, not all of the snakes as of right now are in here, but they will be in here. I've been in here over a year now, and I just started using this dresser. It's just been a tank stand this whole time. But I just washed all my clothes, and I was like, oh, not folding them. And I just threw them in the dresser. But I do got to figure out, you know, where I'm going to put, I guess I could put the Bloods right here. I don't know yet, guys. I don't know. I'm going to put her up, though. I was going to pull out the banana male hide, but he's in his water dish, and I'm not trying to get wet. So I'm not doing that. IKEA, man, I'm telling you. Now, when I first moved in here over a year ago, I just kind of threw everything in here, and I really haven't been focusing on the room to organize it or nothing. It's just had my stuff everywhere. Well, it's still a mess, but it's a lot better now than what it was. Don't know if you guys can really hear. Well, maybe if I move the cup out the way. Alright, so obviously there's some stuff that needs to still be taken care of. I got a 29-gallon. I got the vacuum, obviously, and the trash can. So this is where my breeder ball pythons are going to go. And that's, yeah. And then we got the, sorry, let me fix that on the camera. Boom. That is the red tail enclosure. Then right there is the carpet python. And she is actually way up on top. Let me try to fix my finger with the camera. Boom, she's right there. Then obviously, go this way. We got the dehumidifier, AC, portable AC, whatever. Maybe maybe if I move the cup. We got a 50-gallon. This is just kind of catch-all type of thing. 55-gallon. The tank is, the quality of the glass is garbage at this point, but it works. It does the purpose to house my bearded dragon. And I don't know if you guys can see her, but she's like right there. And then obviously, boom, the rack system there. And then we got super worms going in there. We already got the two. Boom. This one here is full of super worms. This one's here full of super worms. And then down here it's like, it's just like documents and stuff like that. I did a tortoise table, and then I kind of just said, the hell with that, and actually used the spare wood from that to make another rack, and that's going to be a hatchling rack. Only has, I think it's it's five or six tier for 15 quart. But yeah, I got this 12 tier rack, and that's got most of them in there. And then I obviously have the adults in the 5 tier. Is that 60? I don't even know. But the biggest ordeal is trying to figure out where I'm going to put both of those racks. See, I was thinking about putting the breeder rack right here, and then on top of that, the blood pythons, because it's in a 3 tier. But I really don't want a blood python this high, trying to get him out. Yeah, that's not the safest. But the next thing, even if I was to do that, that's where I have 2 40-gallons. And I really don't want to, I don't know where I'm going to put the 40 gallons unless I get it. Well, yeah, I could do a stool. But I don't want to put the 40 gallon. I don't want to have to get something to put the 40 gallons on other than the racks that they're already on. And honestly, I may end up leaving the blood pythons in the living room. Short people are winning though, man. Really are. You get to ask people for help, reaching up for this or for that. Or if there's nobody around and you need something on the top shelf at Walmart, you can climb on the rack and they don't care. It's because you're short, you know? It's a damn shame. But yeah, you guys should have seen it before I started doing all this, because boy, oh boy. What really sucks is the whole house is tile, and the backyard is full of nothing but sand. So we take dogs out. They come in here. They get sand everywhere. Now, I'm one of those people. I do not tell my dogs that they can't get on my furniture. My dogs are my family. Rocky cuddles with me every single night. So obviously I'm going to have frickin' sand in my bed, so I have to vacuum it off every single frickin' day. It sucks. I have 2 roommates right now. Currently, I started off with 4 roommates, so there was 5 people here, including myself. There was actually 6 people here, including myself, at one point. But now we're down to us 3 for now. It's not bad. But I don't know why my screen keeps going red. Like it keeps flashing red. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe it's because it's demonetized. Who cares? 100% my house is haunted. No question about it. Don't care who believes me or who don't believe me. I have an Argus monitor. I put the Argus monitor on top of my iguana enclosure. Well, it's actually a 3-in-1. In two of the cages, I have iguanas, and in the other one, I have my tegu. However, on top of the tegu portion of the enclosure, I put a bird cage. And now the reason why I did this, I want to put my Argus monitor outside during the day when it's hot. That way he can, or she or it, whatever, can get natural sun, natural UVB, everything like that. So I put it in the bird cage. I wanted to put it in there for 24 hours. Now, obviously it had a hot spot and everything, so everything was cool. I put it in there for 24 hours just to see if it could get out, because obviously if it could get out of the house, I can still catch it. But if it goes outside and it can get out, then obviously I'm SOL. So I had it in there for one day. And swish, had it in there for less than one day. I walked past it because that's right there at the front door. And it's basically at eye level. I walk past, I'm looking. It catches my eye for whatever reason. I'm looking in the enclosure. Nothing. What's up, man? What's up? But I'm looking in the enclosure and there's literally nothing. There's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 doors in the enclosure and all of them were completely shut. Now, typically they stick when you try to open them. So that's why I was like, okay, he's not going to, be able to get out of here. Well, when it caught my eye, I'm looking at the enclosure, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing. There's the hide, the water dish, and it's got like a little, like a rope netting for him to, bask on. Nothing. He's not in there, nowhere. I moved everything around, even though there was only the 3 things that you could still see everything within. Nothing. I'm like, shit. Because that Argus monitor is the most aggressive animal, well, other than the blood pythons, was the most aggressive animal in the house. I was freaking out. However, I come back in. This was a few hours later. I come back in. The frickin' Argus monitor is on top of the rope netting, just chilling, just basking. Nothing open. Now, obviously, if he could get out of the enclosure, he's not going to go back in the enclosure. Yeah, Argus monitors are smart. Most monitors are. But they're not going to get out of an enclosure just to go right back in the enclosure. He wasn't on sides. He wasn't behind the 3-in-1 enclosure. Nothing. He was completely gone, and then pops right back up a few hours later. It's creepy. I've been doing videos in the living room. So, Ty, that means that she, I think, right? Brewmating. Obviously, I've done a video on it. If you haven't seen it, make sure you go check that out. It's basically just like hibernation, but for reptiles. All right, Melissa, go soak them, go feed them. I'm about to get off of here anyways. It's already surpassed an hour. I was just doing this for a little Q&A. Didn't really get too many, but that's okay. Just trying to test out the waters. I think it went pretty well. Do a couple more, maybe set up a day per week and do something like this. But yeah, Ty, yeah, man, Brewmation. Yeah, go watch it. It'll tell you what you need to know, everything like that. But yeah, I'm gonna get off here, y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. It means a lot. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Share my channel if you'd like to. It means the world.